Hello everybody, grace and peace of the Lord Jesus Christ to you guys. Here I'm looking at this video called Busta Rhymes is a Muslim and talks about Islam. Well, we also see here on YouTube that there's a lot of videos that are celebrities or musicians that claim to be Muslim, and that somehow this promotes the faith in some way, that because these people, their opinion is really important, even though I personally believe Hollywood is the last place we should look to moral guidance. But let us hear what he has to say.
You're so blessed in your life. What do you do spiritually to stay grounded?
I represent my family. I try to really just understand every aspect about the Most High. For me, the Most High is Allah, and all praise is due to Allah, Lord of all worlds, the greatest, the beneficent, the merciful, the Most High, and I live my life by Islam, and
He lives his life by Islam. This is a musician. Look, here, as you see, I'm at GeoCities, and this is an Islamic website. As you see right here at the start, it says, "In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful." Same kind of talk we're hearing from Busta Rhymes. But before we go into that, I just want to say, isn't it funny how he says, "For me, Allah is God," or "Allah is the Most High," however he worded it. Can a Muslim really say that? According to 929 of the Quran, that they need to fight the infidels who do not say Allah is God and Muhammad is his messenger. And this shows us a few interesting things. One is, all the time they say, well, you Christians, you worship a man. Well, they're equating Muhammad with God, and let me explain to you why. Because can I just believe in Allah as God and reject Muhammad as a prophet? And will this make Muslims happy? No, it will not. They still, according to the Quran, need to fight me and fight against me. Now, according to music, is he following Islam is he following Muhammad by playing music and really promoting it? Here we see in this website, it's taking the recording by Sahih Bukhari, by al-Bukhari, who is a scholar of Islam that collected all various sayings of Muhammad, and what Muhammad said about listening to music. And here we're reading from their Islamic websites, from Al-Bukhari, Volume 7, Book 69, number 494. And it says, "The Prophet said," which means, from among my followers, there will be some people who will consider illegal sexual intercourse. Now, don't think that this is something any good that Islam is teaching, because there's something in Islam called muta marriage, which is basically like legal prostitution, where you go and you marry a woman just to have sex with her and then divorce. It's a contract marriage, really. So, because it says this, don't think for a second this makes Islam, somehow holy in any way. And then we have the wearing of silk. Well, that's funny, because one of the promises of Allah in heaven is silk, fine silk. And so isn't that funny that things that are prohibited here on earth because they're somehow unholy or filthy in a way are prohibited in heaven? Isn't heaven supposed to be holy? Anyways, let's continue on. The drinking of alcoholic drinks, even though there's a hadith speaking about Muhammad in the mosque praying while he was drunk. Assalamu alaikum. Like, come on, what is this? And then he says, and the use of musical instruments as lawful. And there will be some people who will stay near the side of a mountain, and in the evening their shepherd will come to them with their sheep and ask them for something. But they will say to him, "Return to us tomorrow." Allah will destroy them during the night, and will let the mountain fall on them, and he will transform the rest of them into monkeys and pigs, and they will remain so till the day of resurrection. And this shows how much of a liar Muhammad was also when he made this false prophecy. Because this is not talking about on the day of resurrection them turning into monkeys and pigs. This is talking about until the day of resurrection. Yet, there's tons of people who claim to be Muslim, as Busta Rhymes as an example, who uses musical instruments, and why isn't he being turned into an ape or a monkey or a pig? Kind of fishy here. And so there's more, as you see, this website goes in depth with the Islamic books. Now let's use proof from his own life, whether really he is following Islam. This is one of his music videos.
Emperor of every round table of the house, and when I speak, suspect me as leader of the councilmen. God rap, God persona, God thriller, God body in the flesh, call me Godzilla.
God body in the flesh. God's body in the flesh. Really, is this something even Islam promotes? You know, when we say that that God became a man, and that's Jesus, Muslims go crazy that God can't do this. That, you know, God isn't really all-powerful. He can't become a man. Yet, in his song, he's saying that he's God in the flesh. Is he even following Islamic teachings? And this is why I say that, even as an example for Christianity, you don't turn to Hollywood. What's a Christian in Hollywood? One who, instead of doing coke, he does heroin? That's the worst place we would go to an example for moral guidance.
At the end of the day, I think that's pretty much what grounds me in the way that I think most people should be grounded, and that's just enjoying who you are as a human life, as opposed to, you know, trying to add all of these other additives and preservatives to your perspective on life, where you think you this person much more than another person.
Well, are you equal to Muhammad? Are you and Muhammad equal? Am I equal to Muhammad? Islam does not teach equality of men. You put your prophet as somebody really great, and he's not just an ordinary man. Likewise, you downgrade God by making Jesus Christ just an ordinary man.
No, being in tune with your spirit, being in tune with your reality as far as life is concerned, and definitely being in tune with your family.
Okay, how are you in tune with your family if you follow Islam? You're allowed to have 4 wives, and Busta Rhymes, according to Islam, that's perfectly within his means because he has the financial ability to take care of each one of his wives equally. But is that really a family even? How can you have a family with 4 wives? So, really, although I would not use Busta Rhymes as an example of any spiritual or moral teachings, but it does run deep into the vein of the issue. Really, what constitutes a Muslim, and what constitutes a Christian, and what constitutes a Buddhist? One who follows the teacher. If you don't follow him, it means you're only by name, and it means you really don't mean anything. But you'll see how Islam uses the Muslims who are only by name to promote their religion, when the ones who practice it to what it actually teaches are the ones who are fighting for Al-Qaeda, fighting for Hamas, and killing the infidels, as the example of Muhammad laid out. And so thanks for watching, guys, and take care.